Up to the Breeders' Cup was this horse, Rick's Natural Star. 99-1 on the morning line. Now we'll be tracking the odds throughout the course of the lead up to the race, but keep in mind that the tote board can only show 99-1. It could be much more than that. This horse, well, it's an unbelievable story. Is it a true Cinderella story, or is it a farce? Tom Durkin explores the phenomenon of Rick's Natural Star.
Well, I think the establishment was wrong, because the best thing can happen to Breeders' Cup for someone to take a chance and realize their dream. That's what racing's about.
Does Dr. William Livingston know racing? This week, some have placed him and his horse, Rick's Natural Star, among the lovable losers of sport. Reminiscent of Eddie the Eagle, who soared to fame as an incompetent Olympic ski jumper, or perhaps the Jamaican bobsled team, which was also more curiosity than capability. Yet, however poor their performances, these athletes only threatened themselves. That may not be the case here. Rick's Natural Star has not run a race in over a year, and his last win 3 years ago.
If we get out in front and then widen our lead, well, he's going to win.
The odyssey of Livingston and his horse began in Artesia, New Mexico. He decided to pay $40,000 to enter his horse in the Breeders' Cup, despite all shortcomings. His attempt to enter Canada from Detroit caused a customs flap over the horse's registration that might have been comical had not Livingston corralled his horse outside his motel, tethered on a fence. He has become an instant celebrity at Woodbine this week, answering all questions from the media.
Very seldom is.
When was the horse's last race?
I don't know.
Your horse's chances are that he hasn't raced in more than a year.
He's going to win.
Here in Toronto, Livingston has obliged members of the press with mounts on his prize steed. These antics might seem harmlessly eccentric were it not for the horse's unfortunate participation. Consider, for example, the unique training method he employs back in New Mexico.
We worked him with a pickup until he was going about 30 miles an hour, and he kind of kicked at the...
No, let me get this picture.
I was driving by myself.
You're driving a Jeep.
A pickup.
Pickup.
And I was holding him out the window with a lead. And he's pulling, wanting to go, and he kicked and hit the back fender, and I didn't think too much about that. And then he did kind of a fishtail, and he kicked the door right underneath my arm, going 30 miles an hour.
And don't you think, though, that is dangerous? I mean, dangerous for the horse?
Yeah, well, not for the horse. He's not going to kick anybody. He's going to run. She's not going to hold him back like I was.
No, but I mean, the training itself, isn't that dangerous, the way you train?
Oh, yeah, that's dangerous. But we survived.
This is a horse that has had only one workout in 3 years. This defies everything that has ever been done in preparing horses for thoroughbred racing, probably since, the breed was founded in 1765.
Well, it's a little unusual.
To say it's a little unusual.
I would like to have done it a little different, but that's the way it worked out, and that's the only thing I could do.
The only thing Breeders' Cup officials can do is let the horse run. Rick's Natural Star passed final inspection this morning, but he may yet inspire a change in the rules.
I think it's going to probably dictate that we review our policies for the future to determine the fitness, the competitiveness of the individual, and whether or not to require certain definitive performance mandates that he runs at least during the current year that he's planning on running in the Breeders' Cup.
Well, right now,
all I can say is
Rick's Natural Star is less than 30-1, which shows that his odds being less than 30-1, that the people here at Woodbine like an underdog. I suppose they like a Don Quixote tilting at windmills, but there's been a lot of resentment from the people that work with the horses here at Woodbine this week, not about the vast publicity that this horse has gotten, but because Dr. Livingston violated the first rule of a good horseman. He put his own self-interest ahead of the well-being and health of this animal. And that's why there's been this resentment. It's not something that a good horseman would do, and entering a preposterous horse like this in this race is nothing that even Don Quixote would do.